Welcome to this SuperTrickler training video on how to update your firmware. In this video you will learn how to back up your presets and powder profiles, download the desired firmware upgrade, how to install the upgrade on your SuperTrickler, and how to do a complete memory restore when skipping firmware versions. So, let's get started. Firstly, we will navigate to any menu to remove the SD card, as the SD card is not active in a menu. For clarity, I like to use the main sub-menu. Now using tweezers, or as I am another old micro SD card, to push down on the SuperTrickler's SD card, to release it. Remove the card, and insert it into your computer's SD card slot, or USB to SD card adapter. The computer should open up the root folder of the card. I highly recommend you make a backup copy of the bin folder. This contains all the powder and presets information. This will enable you at any time to roll back your firmware version and have all your original settings, as each version will use and modify the profiles differently. I will rename the backup to bin version 1.1 to reflect the firmware version that was in use when these profiles were created. Now, start your web browser, and open the SuperTrickler web page at supertrickler.com.au. Navigate to Downloads, Firmware. You will see the current firmware and all the previous firmware releases. Choose the version you want, in this case version 2.30. Click on it, and begin the download. How this works depends on your particular browser. Copy the downloaded STF file onto the root folder of the SD card. Once completed, it's safest to eject the card from the right-click menu to ensure you do not corrupt the card. Then remove the card and reinsert it into the SuperTrickler's slot. Again, I use another micro SD card to push the card all the way home. The STF file should be automatically detected, and the system will take you directly to the firmware upgrade screen. If this fails, you can navigate to the screen manually. System, Setup, System Core, Firmware Update. To begin the process, press and hold the Start button. The firmware STF file will be unpacked and validated before continuing with the upgrade. There is over 20 checks done on the file to ensure it has not been tampered with or become corrupt. If everything is okay, the upgrade will begin. This can take some time, so while this is happening, let's download the What's New file from the web page. The What's New file contains important information about what has changed. If you want to get the best out of your SuperTrickler, then this information will guide you, and help you understand the changes, and what they mean to you, as the operator. The document also has the instructions on how to do this update. Please take the time to read it. Now, how is that upgrade going? Generally, the first part is the HMI, Human-Machine Interface, or sometimes called the UI for User Interface. This takes most of the time, as there are a lot of graphics to install. Then comes the controller board upgrade. This is denoted by the green flashing work light. Finally, the upgrade is completed, and the machine will automatically restart. It will then take you to the upgrade screen, where you can verify the upgrade version. At this point we are done. However, if you have skipped a few versions, and especially in this case when we have gone from version 1.10 to version 2.30, it would be wise to factory restore the memory to initialize any changes into the memory. To do this, press the return or back button, and again once more, until you are in the system setup screen. Now press the factory restore button. From here on, it will depend on what version you are running, as the menu system in this section has changed several times. The memory restore was only introduced in version 2.20. Find the memory restore button, then press and hold until the hourglass appears. The SuperTrickler will set the permanent memory to all the defaults, without altering any of the statistics. It will then restart, and you are now ready to go. I hope this video has helped you to see just how easy it is, and how to get the best out of the upgrade process. So until next time, straight shooting and happy reloading, from Rex and Peter.